Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1430, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. Which king was recorded as having been stricken with a disease that caused his bowels to come out? Jehoram. What two consecutive signs of the zodiac begin with the same letter? Scorpio and Sagittarius. Which state is closest to Bermuda? North Carolina. What shape is the scar on Harry Potter's forehead? Lightning bolt. What is added to water to make tonic water? Quinine. In the 1986 movie Aliens, what was Newt's real name? Rebecca Jordan. Who was the first victim of the electric chair? Answer: William Francis Kemmler. How many days are there in a fortnight? 14. San Francisco's Nob Hill was named after what? Answer: railroad barons. While it's no longer a commonly used term, nabob is a word borrowed from Hindu that refers to a wealthy or influential person. Which goddess started the Trojan War? Eris. The Iron Chef America TV shows are modeled after Iron Chef shows originating in what country? Japan. Which war interrupted construction of the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C.? Answer: the American Civil War. Construction began in 1848. The monument was officially dedicated in 1885 and opened to the public in 1888. What makes the water in Australia's Hutt Lagoon appear bright pink? Algae. The lake's pink Pepto-Bismol-like coloring comes from a naturally occurring carotenoid-producing algae that is a great source of vitamin A. Who wrote 120 Days of Sodom while in prison? The Marquis de Sade. Which cartoon family lives in 742 Evergreen Terrace, Springfield, USA? The Simpsons. Where on the moon did the first successful spacecraft landing occur? Answer: Oceanus Procellarum. Soviet spacecraft Luna 9 landed there on February 3, 1966, near Reiner and Marius craters. How many years did it take to build the Taj Mahal? 22 years. Who wrote the novel Red Badge of Courage? Stephen Crane. Which popular artist was born Gordon Matthew Thomas Sumner? Sting. What team won the 100th anniversary Stanley Cup? The Montreal Canadiens. Which major league hitter drove in the most runs in a single season between 1980 to 89? Don Mattingly. Which famous mountain appears in Under the Great Wave off Kanagawa? Mount Fuji. Which English philosopher believed that people in a state of nature are good? John Locke. Vienna's famous Schönbrunn Palace is home to the world's oldest what? Zoo. What two alcoholic ingredients is the traditional martini cocktail made of? Gin and vermouth. In which country would you find the state of Tabasco? Mexico. What are the folds of skin on a cat's ears called? Answer: Henry's pockets or cutaneous marginal pouches. What fast food businessman does Michael Keaton portray in the 2016 film The Founder? Ray Kroc. In which country did Buddhism originate? India. In karate, what color belt is earned just before black? Brown. What type of monster was Medusa in Greek mythology? Gorgon. What mammal gains 200 pounds per day during its first year? Blue whale. What kind of sneakers did Rocky wear in his training montage? Chuck Taylor. The middle finger of which famous scientist is on display in a museum? Galileo's. What is the traditional term for a male falcon? A tiercel. Which flag becomes the flag of Poland when turned upside down? Indonesia. When was the first time that the city of Chicago dyed the famous Chicago River green in commemoration of St. Patrick's Day? 1962. Carl Gerhard Busch is the full name of which X-Files character? Cigarette smoking man. The Hagia Sophia is located in what country? Turkey. Which Irish poet, born in 1865, was instrumental in the founding of the Abbey Theatre in Dublin? Answer: William Butler Yeats. What previously Fox News anchor secured a show on NBC in 2017? Answer: Megyn Kelly. The show is Megyn Kelly Today. During what decade was the first Super Bowl played? 1960s. What is the name of the summer camp in the Friday the 13th movie series? Camp Crystal Lake. What was known as the Lady of the Lamp? Florence Nightingale. Who explores wild cave systems? Answer: a spelunker. The term refers to an untrained amateur. On what planet was Superman born? Krypton. Who was known as the Virgin Queen? Elizabeth I. In 1917, Lucy Slowe was the first U.S. what? Answer: African-American tennis champion. Which state is the Hoover Dam located in? It lies on the border between Arizona and Nevada. What year did Dwight D. Eisenhower publish his autobiography titled Crusade in Europe? 1948. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.